Hello friends, welcome to my channel Marine Knowledge. So today we are going to discuss about Bunker Convention. Bunker Convention, as we all know, is International Convention on Civil Liability for Bunker Oil Pollution Damage. So moving on, the first question that comes in our mind is why Bunker Convention came into force. Okay. So the answer for that is the existing arrangements for liability and compensation for oil pollution damage under CLC and Fund Convention did not include bunker oil spills from non-tanker vessels. Please refer to my earlier videos relating to CLC and Fund Convention. Okay. That means that no international law existed to pay compensation for oil spills resulting from bunker oil carried on board ships other than tankers. So, for that, in March 2001, IMO adopted a new convention on liability and compensation for pollution from ships' bunker oil, which entered into force in November 2008. The convention established a liability and compensation regime for spills of oils when such oil fuel is carried as ship's bunker. So now we know why Bunker Convention came into force, because it was needed for the bunker oil spills that were caused by non-tanker vessels. Moving on, we have some important dates relating to Bunker Convention. So Bunker Convention was adopted on 23rd March 2001 and it came into force on 21st November 2008. Now we will talk about the applicability of Bunker Convention. The scope of application of Bunker Convention is same as CLC Convention. The convention applies to damage caused on the territory, including the territorial sea and exclusive economic zones of state party. So that means the Bunker Convention is applicable to the exclusive economic zones of the contracting state. Now the question is, who need to pay in case of pollution caused by bunker oil on board? Okay, the ship owner at the time of an incident shall be liable for pollution damage caused by any bunker oil on board or originated from the ship's bunker. So basically it is the ship owner who has to pay for the damage caused by the oil spill occurring from bunker oil of a ship. Now the question is, how much ship owner need to pay in case of pollution incident? This can be covered in three situations. Number one, the ship owner need not pay anything if he proves that number one, the pollution resulted from act of war or natural phenomena. Number two, the pollution resulted because of third party who deliberately wanted to cause damage. And thirdly, negligence of government or other authority responsible for maintaining lights or navigational aids. So these are the three cases in which the ship owner need not pay anything. Moving on to the second situation, where ship owner cannot limit his liability if the ship owner had the intent to cause such damage. Secondly, the ship owner knew that this action would result in the damage. So in this case, the ship owner cannot limit his liability. The third and the last situation is if the ship owner does not fall in the above two categories. His liability in any one pollution incident would be limited under any applicable national or international regime, such as the Convention on Limitation of Liability for Maritime Claims 1976 as amended. So the above three situations clearly explains how much the ship owner need to pay in case of pollution incident. So now we know the ship owner has to pay in case of pollution incident. So he has to maintain some compulsory insurance or financial security. And for that reason, the ship owner of a ship having a gross tonnage greater than 1000 shall be required to maintain insurance or other financial security equal to limitation of liability under the applicable national or international limitation regime, but in all cases not exceeding any amount calculated in accordance with the convention on Limitation of Liability for Maritime Claims 1976 as amended. Okay, a certificate is issued by the flag of the ship after the ship owner provides proof of the insurance to the flag, and this certificate is carried on board. So coming to the last part of this video relating to bunker convention, we have some questions which are being asked by MMD surveys. So the first question is, has India ratified bunker convention? So the answer for that is yes, India has ratified bunker convention. The second question is, what is the time limit within which a compensation claim shall be brought under this convention? So the right to compensation under this convention shall be extinguished unless an action is brought within 3 years from the date when damage occur. However, in no case shall an action be brought more than 6 years from the date of incident. So now I finish my video. I hope I have covered all the topics related to bunker convention. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Thank you very much.